Something big for KASPA is happening tonight. Let's jump right on into it. All right, guys, so KASPA's price is sitting at 16.1 cents, down 2.4% for the day. We actually dipped a little bit below that, but a little below 16 cents earlier today. And again, I'm going to reiterate, great buying opportunity, DCA. Get as much as you can while the price is still at this price point. So what I want to talk about today, guys, is Michael Sutton has posted on his X page, and I'm going to turn the volume on so you can hear what this is for one. So that was it. That was the update. It says later tonight, .. #KASPA. I don't know what this means, but it sounds like there's going to be a big announcement at some point today, some point tonight, depending on where you are in the world. Shaidesh has chimed in and said, okay, the spectacle was fun, but let's return to what's important in life. #CAS. Things are going to get loud. If we come over here to MrCaspa, he's also reposted this post for Michael Sutton, and it says Rusty KASPA will be a gradual increase in BPS, right? A crescendo that at Michael Sutton posted in a gradually increasing sound. Maybe tonight marks the beginning of the 10 blocks per second for KASPA. So that's interesting. I'd love to know what you guys think that this announcement might be. And by the time this video is posted, it might already be announced. So we'll see if I can get the video out before the announcement comes out. But if not, let me know what you guys think down below, what this could be. And do you think it might be the beginning of the 10 blocks per second or something else for that matter? Next, we also know that Kraken is going to list KASPA. That is common knowledge now and has been in the news rotation for, you know, a number of days now. But this post was interesting because it rings a lot of truth. Most people don't realize how huge a Kraken listing will be for KASPA. As a North American, it is so challenging to onboard my friends to KASPA when there is no reliable place to buy it. Kraken will open the door for big money to flow into KASPA. So I think he's right on a larger scale. I think Uphold is, you know, fairly easy to buy KASPA on, but Kraken is definitely a more well-known exchange that probably a lot more Americans use, normie Americans that don't want to get their feet wet in the weeds, you know, trying to find out how to buy something before it gets listed on big exchanges. So I think he's right in the sense that a lot more money will potentially flow into KASPA once the listing is active and once it's live. There was one more post that I saw. I can't find it now for some reason, but it was stating that the testing of KRC20 is running right now on the testnet 10, and it's running smoothly and it's been successful on the testnet, which leads me to believe that very soon we are going to have another open live beta where we will be able to buy and mint some of those KRC20 tokens. So there wasn't an exact date, so I'm not going to go through and try to find this post again, but it did say that things were working flawlessly and things were working smoothly on the testnet 10 for KRC20 tokens. So I imagine somewhat soon that we will see some sort of update on when they are going to open back up that live beta for all of us to be able to mint and buy again. Last thing I want to go over real quick is this chart. Now, I want to come over to here. This is 2019, okay? Every single bear market, whether it be the pre-halving year or the halving year, we get a run-up where things get overheated and then we kind of tail back off and calm down for a little bit before the real, you know, parabolic part of the bull market starts. So this was 2019, right? This is when we had the overheated period. You see that run-up looks fairly large, right? There were some pretty big green candles inside of this run-up. And then what happened was we got overheated and we kind of came back down a little bit. And then we had the COVID crash, obviously, so we can potentially, you know, minus this out. But what we probably would have done without COVID is just continue to come sideways, you know, maybe float around here without this huge red candle downwards. We probably would have just floated in this area here before we went back up. Now, if we take this chart and we continue to move it this way, look what happened after that fairly big run up right there, right? In 2019, we thought this was huge. This was a big run and portfolios ran up drastically, okay? Just look at what happened after that. This is the parabolic part of the bull run. That looks freaking minuscule compared to what happened a little bit later, okay? So if we continue to move over here, obviously we double peaked last cycle, and then we went back down into the bear market here. But if you look here, this was our bear market. We bottomed out in, you know, November-ish of 2022, and then we started to move up a little bit, and we got this big run up right here, okay? This is what we just went through in the last month or so of 2023 into the first couple months of 2024. So this was like 3 or 4 months worth of large green candles, and our portfolios skyrocketed, right? During this point in time, it felt euphoric, it felt fun, and it was very exciting. Now we're slowly trending downwards again, okay? But what I want to stress here is that this right here is going to, at some point in time in the next year, so sometime in the next year, this pump right here is going to turn into this. It's going to look like a little blip on the radar, right? We still have this in the near future coming, which is going to make this right here look like a blip on the radar. We are going to go way above where this screen allows me to even go right now. So I just want to stress that we are following roughly the same exact course that we follow in pretty much every cycle. Not to a T. I'm seeing a lot of the same things play out, and it's following suit fairly close to what we should expect moving forward, right? So again, this might be a scenario that somewhat eases some people's minds, some people who haven't been in the market very long. Just think about this right here, how large that looks right now, turning into this right down here. That's exactly what's going to happen. When we come back and look at this chart in 2026 or 2027, this pump right here is going to look like this pump right here, because we are going to have a much larger run up that's going to follow before we, you know, come back down into a bear market. So I just wanted to give everybody that visual and get everybody excited again, right? The market is boring right now, and it is what it is. We have to live through it at this point in time. But I just want to get everybody excited again for where we're headed, right? It's not a matter of if, it's just a matter of when. And that when should be the end of this year into, you know, majority of next year should be very exciting. So let's see how it plays out. But the future is bright, and things are going to get very crazy, I think, a lot sooner than people think. And like I explained in my last video, this type of thing is going to happen on a dime, and it will take off whether you are ready for it or not. We're going to wake up one day and we're going to have some massive green candles. It's just the way it works, right? Like I said, investing is boring majority of the time, but when it does get exciting and we're headed into that exciting phase, it happens without warning, and it tries to leave people behind, I think, is what it does when it's all said and done. So be ready, be on the train, and just be excited for where we're headed. So in the meantime, guys, continue to pack your damn bags before it's too late. I will see you in the next video. Peace out.